Hello, BookTube! My name is Jessica and I am the fandom's queen. Today I am bringing you my January wrap-up and my February TBR list. Now, January was a good month for me, at least reading-wise. So I got actually 4 books read during this whole month of January, which for me is a big accomplishment because I was not even able to finish one during all of October, November, and December of last year, so reading 4 books for me was quite a lot compared to last year. I found that one of the biggest ways I can get out of my reading slump is by slowly getting back into the habit of reading, and I start doing that by reading some very short novels, some like under 300 or 200 pages. So admittedly, many of these books I'm going to be showing you for my wrap-up of January are very small books that did not take me more than a day or 2 to finish, but it's still a step forward. And since I'm going to be giving you my TBR list for February, I might as well get started on my wrap-up right now. The first book that I read in the month of January is this, John Toulet's The Suicide Shop. This is a very dark comedy sort of book, like something that you need to approach with the same morbid fascination and delight that you would with the Addams Family or Beetlejuice or any film directed, produced, or created by Tim Burton. Suicide Shop is about this family-owned business who has this young child that is so unlike his parents and his siblings in that he actually has a love of life. He is this very happy-go-lucky kid who makes it his plan in life to sabotage the suicide shop. And the story is about his influence on both his family and the community around him and this very depressing post-apocalyptic world and what he does to prevent people from committing suicide and how he eventually enables them to look forward to living each day. Even though that this also covered the topic of suicide, it wasn't very condescending or unsympathetic. It was actually a very good novel, and I would highly recommend this to anyone because this was a very good read, and again, it was under 200 pages, so it didn't take me longer than a day to finish this. The second book that I read in the month of January is this, Neil Gaiman's Coraline. I saw the 2009 movie adaptation and I fell in love and I went out and got the book, but stupid past me, put this on the bookshelf and never thought to pick it up and read it. So when I was going through my bookshelf and I just saw this lying there looking all dusty and neglected, I just finally told myself I had to read it. And I did, and I fell in love with Coraline all over again because she is just the most resourceful and brave and clever little girl that you could ever read in a young story like this. And Neil Gaiman, he just became a favorite author. His writing is amazing, and the way that he developed the story, it was just incredible. For those of you who don't know, Coraline is about this girl who recently moved with her parents into this new apartment. One day while exploring her new home, she finds this door that leads to this other world that at first seems great but turns menacing, and now she has to brave this entire new world in order to save her parents and also to escape this horrible monster called the Other Mother. I love this book so much. You should go out and read it or see the movie if you had not yet, because this is a very powerful book and it is all about bravery and compassion, and its main star is this little girl who no one expects to survive this ordeal, and yet she just finds ways to be both clever and brave about her situation, and it was just great. It was just beautiful. This is definitely a beautiful book. The next book that I finished is another book by Neil Gaiman, and that is The Ocean at the End of the Lane. And this is the book that sealed my love for Neil Gaiman. Oh dear God, was this book such a roller coaster ride of images and beautiful writing and just an amazing plot, and I was just blown away by what this story was about. I can't even begin to give you a description on what this book is about. It's just so complicated and so beautiful and so meaningful and so deep and so much everything else. Neil Gaiman is just one of those authors that just grabs you. His writing is beautiful and seamless, and it could take you to fantastical worlds that you never dreamed existed. This is a beautiful story. I wish I could give you a brief description of what it was about, but again, I don't think I would be able to do this book justice, so I'm just telling you right now, go to your local library, go to your bookstore, find this book and read it for yourself and just fall in love with Neil Gaiman like I have, because you will not regret this story. I promise you will not regret this story. And the last book that I read in the month of January is sort of a cheat, because this took me no more than 2 hours to plow through, and that is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the screenplay. I went and saw the movies in theaters within the first few weeks of its release, and it was the most amazing experience of my life, and I fell in love with Newt Scamander automatically. Look at this book cover. I mean, look at this book cover. You tell me that this is not a book worth checking out at least. Look at this cover. You could not find a more beautiful cover. There are beasts on here. You can actually see some of the beasts that star in the movie. Look at them. Look at all these creatures that they put on this cover that makes such beautiful imagery on this book cover. And that's not all. When you actually go inside the book, you'll find these images inside the book. These images of things like more creatures and more stuff from the movie, and it gives you such a good visual for what each of the creatures looks like, and you should be getting this book. You should be getting this book right now. Look at it. Tell me that this is not the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. So yes, these are all the books that I read. And yes, admittedly, some of them were very short. I mean, these books, they were under 200 pages. They did not even take me a day or two to finish. This, even though it was a lot longer, it took the better part of only 2 hours for me to finish. So yeah, I'm kind of cheating on this, but this is my way of getting out of a reading slump. I am just reading some of the smaller, more easier books and just getting back into the habit of reading. And I also chose books that I thought would be both interesting and also beautiful, and also made me fall in love. And I did fall in love. I fell in love with Neil Gaiman, and I need to get more of his books because oh my gosh, he's such a terrific writer, and why have I been depriving myself of his stories for so long? These were fantastic reads, and I did not regret for 1 second picking them up. That is it for my January wrap-up. Now on to my February TBR, the list of books that I plan to read for the next month, and which I probably won't be able to get to half of them, but hey, here's to trying that. First book on my list of my TBR for February is this, The Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan. I still have not yet gotten to Rick Riordan's third book in the Heroes of Olympus series, and I'm so sad for that. I was on my way to finishing up this series so I can get to his other books, and yet my reading slump prevented me from getting it, and now is the time I will finally figure out what the Mark of Athena means. This is the third book in the Heroes of Olympus series, and I'm just so excited to get back to reading Rick Riordan's books because I miss him so much. I miss him, I miss Percy, I miss Annabeth, I miss everyone from the Percy Jackson universe. I just miss them so much, and I just definitely need to get back to this book. I need to get back to the series. I need to get back to that world because reality has not been kind to me. The second book I will be trying to read in the month of February is this, The Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I don't know what this book is about. I want to keep it that way. So any of you out there watching who does know what this book is about, please no spoilers. The third book on my TBR for the month of February is this, Lemony Snicket's The Bad Beginning. I still have not got to it, so I still have not yet watched the TV show with Barney Stinson as Count Olaf, but I'm going to get to it, and then I'm going to get to my other books of the series, and then I'm going to watch the TV show. And I hear some people say it's good, and then there's other people who, want to complain about certain things that were changing, but I want to form my own opinion, and it's Barney Stinson as Count Olaf. I don't see how this could go possibly wrong. The fourth book I'm going to be reading this month of January is this, Reincarnation by Suzanne Wein. Or maybe it's Wayne. I still don't know how to pronounce that name. This book is supposed to be about two tragic lovers who, life after life, they keep on meeting each other in these different time periods during these different places around the world, but tragic circumstances always separate them before they can get together. Valentine's Day is coming up, so I figured, why not? Why not get to this book right now? Just why not? The next book that I will be reading for the month of February is this, Marcus Zuzak's The Book Thief. Just the title itself tells me everything I should know about this book, and again, I have not yet gotten to this, and I will get to it, I swear it on my grave. The next book I want to read for the month of February is this, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Alright, I'm ready for the hate comments. Down below, I'm expected to see comments degrading me for why I have not yet gotten to this book series, especially since the movie just came out. I'm expecting it. I deserve it. I really need to get to this book. The next book I will be reading is this, Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is supposed to be a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. And that is it for what I know about this novel. So, I want to get to reading Sarah J. Maas now, and I want to get to reading her other books, but I will have to get those books later because I've not yet found the money for it. But yes, I will definitely be reading this book because I want to read this book already. I want to read this book already. God damn it, I just need to read this book already. And the last book that I hope to read in the month of February is Cassandra Clare's The City of Bones. I don't know whether I'm more disappointed in myself for not reading Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children or for not yet reading a Cassandra Clare novel. Which is more disappointing, guys? I can't tell anymore. I don't know what the story's gonna be about. But I need to get a Cassandra Clare because she's just one of those authors that I have been meaning to read for a long, long time. And yet, circumstances have prevented me from picking up her books. Or maybe it's procrastination and I just being lazy. But no more of that. No more of that. I'm getting to the series. I will definitely get to this series. Although if any of you out there are, watching this and being compassionate and listening, can you do me a favor? Can you, go in the comments section below and tell me if there's really is actually a reading order I should do for the Infernal Devices and the Mortal Instruments, because I keep on hearing people say I need to read those books in a certain order in order to get the full story, and if I just read one series and then the other, I will get spoiled. So yeah, can someone out there help me, please? Please, I've been asking for a while and no one's yet answered me, please. So yes, those are all the books that I will be planning to read in February. Wow, that's quite a lot I got there. So if you'll excuse me, I need to get to these books. Alright, and that is it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you will like, comment, and or subscribe. I don't know when I'll be posting up my next book review or my next video, so yeah, keep a lookout for that. My name is Jessica, I am the Fandoms Queen, and if this is your first time watching me, welcome to my kingdom of fandoms. Bye!